Most traders struggle because deep down, they still believe they can figure out what's coming next. They look for that perfect setup, that perfect signal, that one analysis that will tell them the future. But here's the truth. You'll never know what happens next. And the traders who thrive are the ones who finally accept this reality instead of fighting it. Welcome back to Trader's Audio Edge. Today, we're breaking down one of the most liberating truths in trading psychology. The edge doesn't come from prediction. It comes from acceptance. Once you embrace that, you will never know the future. You stop trading with fear and start trading with freedom. Every single trade is uncertain. Even the cleanest setup can lose. Even the sloppiest chart can win. This is what makes trading both frustrating and beautiful. When you let go of the need to be right, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of tying your identity to the outcome of a single trade. A losing trade doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means you executed your process and the market played its role. Winning traders understand this at the deepest level. They accept that their next trade could be their best trade, their worst trade, or just another small win or loss in the middle. They don't waste time trying to know, because knowing is impossible. Instead, they focus on doing what they can control, executing their edge over and over again. Think about how much pressure prediction creates. When you convince yourself you should know what happens next, every outcome feels personal. A losing trade isn't just a loss. It's proof you were wrong. That's why most traders hesitate at entries, bail early on winners, or cling too long to losers. They're trying to defend their ego instead of following their process. But when you finally accept that you'll never know, something powerful happens. Hesitation fades. Fear loses its grip. You stop asking, "Will this trade work?" and start asking, "Does this setup fit my plan?" That small shift removes the weight of trying to be right and replaces it with the freedom to simply execute. This acceptance also changes how you view losses. Instead of seeing them as threats to your identity, you begin to see them as the cost of doing business. Just like a store pays rent to stay open, traders pay in small losses to stay in the game. If you're trying to avoid every single loss, you're trying to avoid being in business at all. Acceptance turns losses from emotional wounds into business expenses. And here's another powerful shift. When you embrace not knowing, curiosity replaces fear. You stop demanding certainty and start exploring possibility. Instead of saying, "I need this trade to win," you start saying, "Let's see how far this trade can go." That change in mindset keeps you open to bigger moves and keeps you engaged in learning rather than locked in frustration. The irony is that prediction feels like control, but it actually makes you weaker. You cling to outcomes you can't control, and you end up sabotaging yourself when the market doesn't comply. Acceptance feels uncomfortable at first, but it's the real control. Control over yourself. And that's the only control you ever had in trading anyway. So here's the mindset shift. Stop trying to be a fortune teller. Stop tying your self-worth to whether or not the next trade works out. Anchor yourself to your edge, follow your risk, and let the market do whatever it's going to do. Because the truth is simple. Winning traders accept this. You'll never know what happens next.